Hey, so it's December 13th and I haven't filmed before because the first week pretty much I did nothing crochet or knitting wise because everything else was important and that was not. And I regret that, but it's still a little too late, and it's past midnight, so it's now the 14th and it's a Saturday, so it might as well be today that I film an update. One of the main important thing is that I finished the Gably coat, but dumbass that I am, I packed it before I thought that I wanted to include it in the videos. I have very close-up pictures. I have a lot of pictures because it's gone after that, and I won't be able to see it anymore, which kind of breaks my heart. Kinda makes me want to make another one, not because I enjoy the process, but because I love the result. So I'm going to open it back up to show it on video, as well as all the pictures, because it's leaving for Italia tomorrow. So long story short, I struggled a lot. First, because I took that much break because I was super nervous about the horns. I had no idea how to make them, and I posted on Tumblr for someone to give me advice on how to make those horns because I didn't have a single clue on that. It was always like, focus on the body, focus on starting, focus on something else. The horns can come later, and when it was later and it was time to make them, I kinda came out blank. So it was a lot of struggle, but I ended up making them. They don't look like the picture, but they look fine. And you know, they're done, which is the better part of virtue. All the little goodies, tea packets that I'm sending with my gift to my friend. And the red parts, they don't look at all like the picture. I like them, but they're not at all like the picture. Ta-da! Isn't she pretty? So like this part are supposed to be cable. So I kind of nailed that because they are cables. They're not exactly the same cables, but the picture is not... It's pretty detailed, the picture I had, but it's not enough for me to go off to know exactly how the cables were made. So I kinda did my own thing, going with the vibe, and it's different cables, and they look pretty cool, and I'm really happy with them. Those are garter stitches in two different directions and with different stitch counts to make them smaller or bigger. And the horns ended up being single crochet. That's why they're not exactly the way I wanted them, but they're done. And now those parts, this body part and this head part, were supposed to be like chevron knitting, and it looks very, very pretty in the reference picture. Problem is so I had an idea to do this, so I had yarn over, decrease, so knit two together or slip knit to have the two different direction, a double decrease at the center, and then hopefully it will make, you know, holes and stitches that are highlighted, it's a little thicker, that would show a chevron pattern. And I did that. The problem was I did that so tight, I think, that the effect was pretty seamless. It didn't look like a chevron at all. It looked like normal knitted fabric, normal stockinette, which was a problem because I really wanted to have a part of interest, something interesting going on visually. So that wasn't working, and it was earlier that night, and I have to post it tomorrow. So yeah, it needed to be done tonight, and I was already kind of tired on it, kind of frustrated, so I really wanted to finish it. So instead, I made something that I'm comfortable with is a braid cable, which is something I've done a lot and I'm very comfortable with. I know what to do it in my sleep. It's comfort zone, you know. So I'm kind of disappointed that it ended up being all cables and not at all anything else. Which I was kind of excited to try something else, you know. I wanted to try new stitches, new stuff, knitting wise, and that was exactly the kind of stuff where you're supposed to experiment, because it's such a small scale, a small amount of work. You can do everything because it's not going to affect the time all that much. So I was excited to do that, and it did not happen because I just didn't know what to do. How to do what I wanted to do. So I had to make peace with that. The wire in the horns is actually some bra wire that got from an old bra, because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not wearing bras anymore. I haven't in years. So it was an old bra that I kept because I always keep all my scraps. And yeah, so I had to shape it with heat and pliers, but it worked. I really wanted the knitting part to be very intricate. The normal shapes did not present that much of a difficulty because they were very basic shapes. They were just, you know, amigurumi style the thing, and I'm not a big fan of this, but I just knew that I needed to keep going until it was done, and it's done. And you know what? I really love the result. I think it's really cute and precious, and I want to make one made for myself because I don't want to part with it already. But I don't have enough of that yarn, which is a shame, to make a second one. I have a second yarn that is a lot thinner, so it will not give the same vibe as this one. So it's kind of frustrating because I kind of like the chunky, the thick yarn that make the chunky stitches, and I'm not gonna get that with the other one. It looks closer to the picture that way, and I kind of like that. It's a little crooked. That's because I'm not super good at this yet, but it still works. It's still very pretty, and I'm very proud of my cable works and all of that. And working with 2.5mm needles was not something I'm used to, so that's good practice. So yeah, it's done. It's kind of cool, and I like it. And I'm sending it with lots and lots of love. Apart from that, now I have to start on my Christmas socks. So that means more finicky knitting with small needles, which I'm not used to, but I really want the socks. They're my gift to myself this year. So I'm excited for that. I really want to make them. I have no idea how much time they'll take. Like, how much time do socks usually take to make? Will it take, how much more time will it take since I'm a beginner and I'm never knitted anything with double pointed needles? How much will I have to unravel and redo because I'll fuck up? Whatever. I don't know. So that's interesting. I'm a little nervous for that, but also kind of excited, and which is nice because when I was finished with the crochet, I wanted to knit so badly. So I'm excited to have something to knit. Also, the whips will have to wait. Why? Because I spontaneously decided to make a weighted blanket for my friend as a Christmas gift. So yeah. Whose birthday was yesterday and I forgot to text her. Yeah, I'm gonna do that today. Hopefully I won't wake her up and hopefully she won't mind that I'm a day late. I had a weighted blanket that I made with a comforter sheet and I needed some. I sewed in some packets of rice in little plastic bags. And it worked well, weighted wise, it was very good for that. Two problems with that, I couldn't use it because it wore off with my fibromyalgia, so it was good for the stress, it was not good for my joints, which did not like not moving, and also the noise was very annoying. The plastic and the rice made this very, very annoying. And also not washable, which was a problem. Took 3 problems. So lesson learned, I'm not gonna do that. So the new blanket I'm not doing for myself, I'm doing for my friend. I'm gonna make it lighter because she's like trim size. So I'm going to make it a lot lighter. She has a lot of problem with sleep. So my first idea was to make her a tea blend for sleepy time. But she probably, honestly, from what I heard, she's turning 60 this year. She tried every kind of plant for that. It's not exactly the solution for her. Just sleepy time tea is not gonna cut it. It's not something that is really going to make an effect on her. But I think she could benefit from a weighted blanket. I think she didn't try, so I want to make it in time for Christmas, and I still have so much baking and so much other stuff to do, so I'm pretty overwhelmed. And also she's a neat freak, so I want her to be able to wash it. So I will be using only stuff that I have, so I don't have to buy anything, which is good because I'm broke. So I'm going to use a comforter sheet that I have. I'm going to sew in little pockets that I'm going to stuff with fabric scraps, which I have a lot of because I never throw anything out. Which this way it can be washable. It's gonna take forever to dry when it's washed, but I think she will be at peace with that. I will warn her, but it is washable. Because even if it, the fabric inside unravels, nobody cares, It's gonna be in a pocket. So that's what I'm gonna do. The last time I made a weighted blanket, it took me 3 days of work full time. I do not have that time, but I think it will take less this time because I won't have to make the little packets. The little rice packets, which took me a while. So hopefully it will take me less time. So both of those are time sensitive. And I think after that, I'm just gonna rest. I'm gonna take a break from everything, from baking. Once I'm done with the cookies advent and the Christmas baking, whatever I have time to do in time for Christmas, and editing all the videos for that and posting everything. Once I'm done with the blanket and with the socks, I'm taking a break, man. And not just for the last week of the month. I think I'm gonna take January off completely, and I'm so close to burnout. And you do not want to see me burnt out, because that's not pretty. So I really need rest. Emotionally and physically, I need to just stop and make my health a priority. I pushed the machine way too far this past couple months, so I really need rest. So I'm gonna take that. Then if that means no more crochet, no more knitting for a month or so, I'm good with that. Next year, my priority is emotionally, I'm not going to force myself into doing anything. If I do something, it's because I want to. I do not set myself any hard deadline next year because they're stressing me out and they're forcing me to burn through the machine, and it's not good. I need to stop doing that. It's the only way to get things done, it's true, but next year it's not, getting things done is not going to be my priority. Priority is going to be resting and taking care of my body and my mind. So I'm taking time off after that. I'm still gonna push until I finish in time for Christmas and everything, but after that I'm taking things slow. If I do this, it's because I want to. If I'm excited to do a project, I'm going to start it, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm not going to put myself through any deadline or any crunch or any of that. I still have a couple of them deadlines to finish, but after that I'm done. After that I need rest, and I'm taking that rest. So I don't want you to be surprised if I start posting in January, because again, maybe it will happen, maybe it will, but I need rest. I'll take that. I'll see you probably next week with an update. Hopefully with the blanket and the socks. That would be nice, because it's the 14th and I don't only have 1 week until Christmas. Oh my god, I only have 1 week until Christmas. Well, after that, whatever happens during this week, after that, there is nothing else I can do, you know. I'm at peace with that. Wish me luck. Hello, it is now December 23rd, around 5 AM, and no, I haven't started the actual socks. I made the gauge swatch, but I did not start the socks. But I have full hope that it will go fast and I can do it in the last 2 days before Christmas. But what I did finish, that I just finished, is my weighted blanket that I would give to my friend. And it doesn't look like much. It's shorter than I'd like, but she's very small, so I think it'll be okay. And yeah, it's not great. There's a lot of mistakes. It's pretty ugly. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be covered because it needs a cover. It's a comforter, but it needs a cover around it, especially if she wants it to be clean. Also, it's my old comforter cover from when I was a teen. So while it's clean, it has seen some major usage. So that's the color it's supposed to be, that's the color it's got through the years. So I saw 2 patches there, which were the most damaged parts. Fucking camera, man. So yeah, I put 2 patches in there. The other didn't have holes, so I didn't bother. Also, I was running out of fabric because the leftover fabric from cutting up this went into, man, it's thin there, went into stuffing the last rows because I completely ran out of stuffing, which was fabric scraps. So that's why it's shorter than I'd like, because I didn't run out of length of the comforter, but I did run out of scraps, which is good because it makes room for me. I think it's heavy enough. It is pretty heavy, but we're not the same size, so it's not heavy enough for me. But I think it'll be enough for her 50 kilos. I don't know if she is even 50 kilos. Probably less. She's very tiny. So I wanted to film it today because I'm packing it up tonight and giving it to her tomorrow. So it was a really last minute thing. It took me less than 2 days, and I did other things around these 2 days. And I wouldn't say it was fun, but I did it. Also, I had to finish it by hand because my machine decided to misbehave for the last fucking seam, for this one that is the finishing seam for it, and so I finished it by hand, and then the patches I sewed by hand because I did not have the patience to make my machine work for that. It's a lot uglier than I'd like, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it might work at helping her sleep, and I think that's the most important part. Also, what is nice is that I finally used that comforter sheet that usually I don't use because I have so many sheets. I don't need this one. I don't even have like pillowcase or anything that match, so it was a little lonesome. So I used that. I used fabric scraps. That was kind of nice. This way I can breathe a little. I'm glad. I think I like what it says about me. So yeah, I didn't weight it because I don't have a balance. No, I don't have a scale here. I have like a kitchen scale, but that's obviously not going to work. But I think it's heavy enough. I will give it to her on the 24th and she will open it on the 25th. So she will have a few nights, hopefully, of using it before the end of the month. So if she tells me if it works or if it doesn't work, I'll put it in the video. If not, I'm moving on. We're doing socks next. Which, if I don't finish, it's not that big a deal because it's a gift for me. It's not a gift for anyone else. By the way, the Gavle goat got in Italy in time. It arrived on the 18th, as it was planned. So yay, French postal system. And she got it, and that damn goat is still on. She's still not set on fire, which is a shame. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't had a lot of time for needle stuff. I've been baking and doing stuff pretty much non-stop, and I'm very tired. I have 40 blends to come up with before 8 AM today, which is in 3 hours. And I'm so tired. But I'll figure it out. Alright, see you in a couple of days. Tell you if I manage or not to finish the teas in time. The socks in time. Hopefully the teas I will finish today. Alright, bye bye. Alright, it's January 1st, and yes, I'm in my pyjamas, but because, you know, a lot. And so it's time to reflect on 2024 and make plans for 2025. So I did make a lot of things in 2024, not as much as I would like, but I was really busy with a lot of baking stuff, and it's really going to go into the back burner this year because I've been really overwhelmed. It's been a lot of work and very little result. I need a break. So no baking video this year. I'm going to move on and do something else. Yes, I got cats on my bed and the other one is right there. As you can probably tell by the fact that I did not follow up on the socks. I did not make them. I cleared up the 25th of December, so Christmas Day, to make them, and then on the morning of Christmas Day I was like, you can technically do them because it's pretty thick yarn. It's going to not take that long to knit. So you could possibly do this in one day, but that would mean pushing yourself, making yourself miserable for one thing to finish so close to the deadline for no actually good reason, you know, because you can just delay it. You cannot, I already kinda, you know, missed the train because I didn't do it before Christmas, so finishing them by the end of Christmas Day didn't make a lot of sense to me. So no, I did not make them. That means I still have the yarn here that I will use later for something else. No, not for something else. I will make those socks one day. I have a plan. I have stitch count, I have a gauge swatch, I have everything I need to make them. I just need to take the time to make them. So they're back on the list and I will do them before next Christmas. No matter how long it takes. If you can hear background noise, my neighbor is moving from one apartment to the next and he's being very loud about it. It's very annoying. So apart from that, that means that the only project I finished in December was the gablicot, and I don't regret it. It looks amazing and I think the recipient liked it. So you know, it was great. It was great. I'm glad I made it. But with the advent calendar of cookies, I was so burnt out. I still am. I'm still in the recovery process. That's why I can't keep my eyes open, because I'm in my bed, and my brain is like, yeah, no, we're gonna sleep. And it's getting very hard to tell him no, especially with the cat right there. Once I finish this, I'm gonna take a nap. Because I'm tired. Go ahead, lick your asshole in front of me. I'm gonna pretend I don't see shit. So I did manage to do a lot of things, all of the things that, you know, fit in this, and it's almost completely full, so not that bad. But somehow I feel like having more yarn than I started with, which wouldn't be exactly wrong, because I did undo quite a big project, the orange poncho, and to turn into yarn again, and I bought some yarn. I bought 2 different bags of yarn, and I bought yarn for the gablicots, and yeah, that means I have a lot of yarn, and I feel somehow even worse than when I started the year about it. So I'm really going to focus on resting this year. That means I'm going to focus on doing only things that I want to do. I'm not going to force myself, I'm not going to put myself into deadlines or stuff like that. Really need to rest. And I know that when I rest, when I just sit in my chair, my comfy chair, and watch stuff, I like to have things to occupy my fingers. So I know I will crochet and knit a lot this year, but I don't want to force myself into doing things that I don't really want to do. I'm only gonna do what I'm excited about, what will be pleasurable to work on. So yeah, one of the things that I have done and that I'm not happy about, just like the orange poncho, I'm going to undo it and do it differently, is, where the fuck is it? This is an odd-ass shape. It's too long to be a proper scarf, it's too short to be too folded into making like a shawl. It's just too huge, too big, too weird. So instead I'm going to make it a poncho. And this way I'm going to start there and go all the way until I run out. And I think it'll make more sense. This way I can still follow the pattern of the stitch, which is pretty, and this way it'll match the beanie. And just feel more natural and more wearable. But apart from that, I'm happy with everything I made. I do not know when that will happen, but it will happen. Because I have a plan. In there I have leftovers yarn, and I started the second gaffigoat, but I'm not happy with the yarn, so I'm going to scratch that. And I've got the panels for the cross stitch that I blocked, but somehow are worse than before. At least this one does lay. No, it does not lay flat. It's okay, once it's going to be around the pillow, it's gonna be okay. And I have the yarn, the boucle yarn that I'm going to use to cross stitch on it and then join it around. So that's what I have, and the zipper for it. That's what I have in my current basket that I haven't touched in like a week. Maybe more. More than a week, like 10 days I haven't touched it. Because I am tired. Obviously this is not all I've made because I only two open. I also made stuff that I gave away. I gave away the blanket to the gaffigoat, the headbands, so like the last few things that I made we gave away because they were Christmas gifts. But I think you get the idea. Effectively, I showed in those videos everything that I made. I'm going to go back to posting every 3 months because I'm really need a break from YouTube and all. So if you're disappointed, sorry, but this is not going to change. I grabbed the wrong book, whatever. So now I'm going to go through every yarn batch that I have and see what I can do with it. So I've got this. I do not remember why I bought it. I think I was trying to do something with it, but it's way too thin. There is no way I can do something with it. It's acrylic, it's very thin. It doesn't ask for anything, which is great. It's off-white, it's lace weight, I think. And I've got 2 of them, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do with them. So they go into the, I don't know what to do with them, I don't have a project for it. I will have 2 piles. I have a project for it, I don't have a project for it. This year I've been pretty good at using my I don't have a project for it pile, but that means that all my projects were not done. So don't have a project for that. This is my first stitch project bag, so this one obviously I have the project because there. This is all my white yarn for the cape that is very scratchy, and this is all there is in it. I have smaller balls, but it's all there is. So it has a project. It will become a cape eventually. This is a yarn that once upon a time was a butter. This is why I have more yarn. I did something, I spent a lot of time on it, and it's back in my stash. Also I have the blanket, but it's beneath a lot of stuff. It's the trunk. I don't want to touch it. I think I have a project for it. I'm going to make a cat beanie / scarf with it, if I can pull it off. If not, it'll go back to the I don't know what to do with it pile. I've got some random black and white acrylic normal fingering weight, and I'm keeping it because I always have black and white ideas and I always need black yarn, so I'm definitely keeping it. It's my in my, not really have a project for it, but I know I'm going to be using it a lot. I know some of it is going to be paired with, it's not there, but I'll tell you, the clock beret that I will do, and I have some leftover off-white yarn that I will use to make the base of the beret, and I need the black to make the numbers, obviously. This is my micro crochet bag, project bag for the RV blankets. So it's project bag. In there I've got more of that. I didn't think I had that much of it. I've got this yarn that honestly, it's, you know, it's supposed to be like hard knit yarn to make a blanket, but I don't have a blanket amount of it. So the idea was to make a pillow out of it, but I don't know still how to do it, but it does have a project. This is my leftover from my poncho, and I don't really have a plan for it, so it goes there. This is my leftover from my Winnie scarf, so I have the green and the blue, and they do have a project. They have a project that will be two different sweaters. I hope I have enough. If not, we'll see. I have this, and I think for some time I had a project with it, but for the life of me I cannot remember what it is. So it goes into the no project pile. So those have a project, the white doesn't. It needs a new bag. Since I have absolutely no trust in my camera, I'm going to check it's still filming. Now we have this dusty pink yarn that is so pretty. And I checked, it's 100% acrylic and it's lace weight. This is going to become my wraparound sweater that is going to have so many cables and lace stitch, and it's going to be really beautiful, and I'm really excited for the final result, but I'm also pretty intimidated by it. So I haven't done it yet because it's going to take me a while and I don't know how to do all the stitches that I want to do yet. So it's nerve-wracking, and that's why I haven't done it before, but this is definitely going to happen. By the way, this is the start of the attempt that I made at making an umbrella out of it, and it was stupid because it was way too thin, the yarn for it. But I think if I have some black left, maybe I will make a black umbrella. Not umbrella, a parasol with it, since I do have the pattern. Next we have all of my baby blue and baby pink lace weight yarn that will be turned into Harlequin Queen, black and blue and pink striped thigh-high socks, because as soon as I figure out to make socks, which I probably will do with the Christmas socks first, because I really want to take the hang of it with very thick yarn for a start. And then those are the next socks I'm gonna make, because they're the one I really want to make. And they're going to take a while because that is thin yarn and I have long legs and thick legs. So, project pile. This is pretty much not anything. I made a ghost with the glow in the dark yarn. It looks absolutely hideous. I hate amigurumi, and I wish I learned my lesson, but I still have amigurumi style stuff in my project list, sadly. But yeah, I need to figure out something to do with the rest of the glow in the dark yarn, and also all of the white yarn was supposed to be for the Caroline sweater, so it doesn't have a project. now that I'm changing gears. What do we have next? More of that blue yarn. I do not remember how much I have of it, but I have all of that. So definitely going to try to make that into a pillow. It's closest I have to make a blanket out of it, but it's very, very thick yarn, so it's something that I'm gonna have to do with my fingers because I don't have a hook big enough for it. It's intimidating. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but it's intimidating, so it's in the future pile. This is miscellaneous amount of yarn. This is perfect. It's the black that I'm going to use for the numbers for the beret. This way I have exactly the amount I need. This is a patch I made for the voodoo doll that I'm going to make. So I don't know when it's there. Some that was the leftover from my sleeve that I made. I don't have a lot of it left. I have some yellow, but the rest is kind of toast. So that has a project, that does not. This is the leftover from when I made the headbands for my neighbor. I did not use a lot of yarn from all of this. I did finish 2 balls. I think one of the big ones and one of the thin ones for the headbands, which was nice. But apart from that, I didn't use a lot of them. So I still have all of that boucle yarn that I still don't know what to do with. And some random leftovers. Those are still leftovers that I used solely for my neighbor because I think they're fucking ugly and I hate using them, so I'm only using them on something that I'm going to give away. And sadly for my neighbor, she's usually the recipient of them and she doesn't complain, so I take it, it's not that bad. But doesn't have a project for it. This is all the yarn for that voodoo doll I've been talking about. So that patch goes there. I have 3 colors. I have the yellow, I have the green, and I have the salmon. So it's gonna be a big doll. And I'm intimidating because that's gonna be a lot of stitches and I still don't like making dolls. This at first was supposed to be thigh-high socks, then I changed my mind and I'm trying to make a shawl out of it, probably. And now I'm changing my mind again. I think I still want them to be thigh-high socks, but it's a weird yarn. I don't know how they look, the socks. I think it'll look better in a shawl. For now I'm saying it's going to be a shawl. It has a project. This is the latest yarn I bought for 15 bucks, and there is a 15 balls of it. If they're all 50 grams, that means that's a lot of grams. I'm saying maybe they're 40 grams because they're lace weight. So maybe they're 40 grams. But I think I have enough to make a cardigan out of it. So that's what is going to become a long, flowy cardigan with pockets. That's the project for it. This is grey yarn. This is the grey that I'm going to use for one of my sweaters. That's why I keep the black, because I'm going to pair this with black and other colors to make the evil Santa from Futurama. The same one I made cookies of. I don't know, I like this Santa. The evil robot Santa from Futurama. And I need grey for it because obviously he's a robot, so he's in aluminium, so it needs grey. It's not exactly an aluminium grey, but it's really depends on the lighting for this one. And it's obviously acrylic and wool. as most of it doesn't have a name for the color, so I'm gonna say gray. It does look sometimes brown in the correct light, but I'm going to assume it's gray because I need it for the sweater. Some lace weight green yarn that I will turn into a summer top. There are more than one, but I don't know where the others are. They are somewhere. I have more than one, and it's going to be a lace top. Again, lace I haven't done yet, so I'm intimidated by it. So I haven't done it yet, but it is definitely what I have in mind for it. And I am tired. There's my cat sleeping right here. That's an invitation to join her and just take a nap. And yet I'm here talking about yarn. I hate myself right now. This is going to be my skirt. I have the first panel done, and I need to finish the second panel and sew up the sides and sew up the base fabric one. I like it. I was excited. It was fun to make because I'm using like very thick hook. It's a pattern that I know by heart because I made it. It's very easy to follow. And I have fun making it, but I had to finish because I had seasonal stuff coming up, so I had deadlines to follow, but it's definitely one of the things I want to finish this month because having whips drives me nuts. I hate having whips that I haven't finished. I hate this. Okay, what is this? Yeah, it's heavy because it's fabric. Yay! So this is my fabric for everything, all of my whips. I am finished. This is it. Yeah, I have to sew this, so it's a project because everything's already cut up. This is a yarn that for now is going to be turned into a bat. I started it, but I hate making dolls so much. So I'm procrastinating on it a lot. But yeah, I started. I just hate doing it. I still hate doing dolls. So if I have a better idea for it, I'll totally go for it. Honestly, I think it'll make great socks. So if I really can't stand the bat doll anymore, I'm gonna try to turn them into socks. The gray for the main body and the red for the accents. I'm good with that. This is my Coraline sweater kit project bag, and honestly I hate doing the duplicate stitch. It does not look good. I don't like the look of it. I don't like doing it. It's very time consuming. I don't think I'm going to do the duplicate stitch. I think I'm going to change course again and felt the stars in. I'm in the process of buying some felting needles, and I think it'd make a better look overall to have the needles, the stars felted on. I do have some wool roving in white from Dreads, and I think that's what I'm going to do. At least that's the what I'm going to try, because I really don't like the look of it. But also it's a whip, and I am getting tired of this being a whip and reporting it every year because I want it finished by this Halloween. I'm fucking done dealing with it. This is the leftover of white acrylic yarn. The rest is in the pillow, and this is going to be a beret, and whatever is left I'll figure out what to do with it. I have no problems. This is a very pleasant yarn to use. It's very soft. It's very nice. And it's very natural weight of it. So I have no problem using it. So the clock beret is in the list. After that, I don't know what I will do with it, but I will do something for sure. I am not worried. And now it has its little black dot to make the numbers that out. The numbers and the fingers of the clock. So it goes there. I don't know if you can still see me. I think you do. This is getting complicated. Here I have whatever is left of my Coraline sweater yarn. It's not a lot. I'm going to try to do something with it, but if I don't, I'm not going to hurt myself thinking about it. This is the second and third of that lace weight green yarn, but since the bag is busted, I'm going to need to find a better bag. This is more of the pink lace weight that I'm going to use for the socks that go there. That probably escaped this bag at some point. And there is still some of that beautiful, beautiful baby alpaca wool in black. I still don't know what to do with because I don't have a lot of it. But I wanted it because I got it for $1 for 70% baby alpaca and 10% new wool and 20% nylon. It is lovely. It is so soft. I know it'll make a great thing, but I still don't know what. Maybe mittens? Maybe a beret? I'd like to say a hat, but I don't think I have enough for a hat, which is a shame. I've got all of my crochet thread. I have off-white, I have red, I have black. This is what I thought I could use for the second gavely goat. I'm thinking about it. Maybe. Some leftover again that I've been using for my neighbor, but still haven't finished it. Some of that yellow and orange yarn that I've been pairing together that I tried to make a beret. I made a beanie with it. I wasn't done with it, so I still have some and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I got really, really small leftovers. That again is very, very small leftovers that I don't know what to do yet with. I'll figure it out, but it was just easier to keep in small bags like that. I think they're definitely going to be like the yarn I use to make scrap projects, and I'm only opening them when I have said project. This emerald green thing that I still don't have a project for, maybe probably gonna be a beanie, but for now I don't have a straight answer for it. I have this very small amount of thick green yarn. Great for Christmas, but it's really too small, so it's an accent. This is an accent of all of my chenille yarn. This is some probably acrylic fingering weight yarn. More thread. More yellow, because yellow is my favorite color. More thread. All my thread is there. And some dark blue, because I never have enough dark blue apparently. Which is weird because I don't even like dark blue. All of my small stuff. Small lone balls of yarn go in there. Stuff I don't know what to do with. You don't need such a bag for the small amount you have. You need a bag. Have a proper bag now. And you are probably going to throw it in there. Some black. It's very thick, so it's actual rope, you know, it's not very good for crocheting, I think. I'll figure out. The second gavigot is definitely not an urgent thing, because while I liked the product, making them was not very fun. So I don't know if I want to make one just for me. Not sure. This obviously doesn't have a project. So it goes there. Then we have the big boy. That one, that orange one was going to be a new blanket. And the brown and the yellow, they are going to become a sunflower pillow. So obviously that's a lot of yarn, but it does have a project. So, and finally the last bag, which is some normal medium weight red yarn. That is most likely acrylic. 25% wool, the rest is acrylic. And this I was kinda using in the back of my mind for either the gavigots or the other socks, and I have yarn used for both of them, so this I don't need anymore. I will probably do something with it. It's red, I'll figure it out. Probably something Christmassy, that would be fun. We'll see, maybe with the big white fluffy yarn, maybe make an actual really pretty Santa hat with it. We'll see. It's a lot of yarn for one hat, so maybe I'll try to do something else. I do not know yet. I'd really like a hood, like Belle's hood from the snow scene in Beauty and the Beast. But I'd need the hood part and the hood part. Like the poncho part and the hood part. And I do not have enough yarn with this for both. Maybe for one of them, but not for both. So that's kind of a problem. Apart from that, this is it. Still a lot of yarn, and I don't know what to do with a lot of it. A lot of projects, and I'm so tired. Right now I'm going to focus on finishing the cross stitch below and then the skirt, and that is all I'm planning to do on January. I have other things to do. I have a lot of rest to take. I have a lot of cleanup to do because I've been delaying a lot of my deep clean project for whole year because I was focused on the baking. And honestly, my place is fine, but I'd really like a chance to have like a very thorough deep clean of my apartment, and that is one of my main objectives this year. So yes, I will do a lot of knitting and crochet, but not this month, maybe not even in February. So I will update you at the end of March. Nothing before that. So I have an actual chance of having stuff finished to show you. I'm very overwhelmed. I'm very burned out. I need a break. But I have firm hopes that I will do better in destashing this year, because of course I will. I will have more time for it. And I will do stuff that I want to do. I will take time to do what I want to do. And usually what I want to do is either crochet or knitting, so I am not scared about the fact that it will take time for it. But yeah, when everything's laid out like that, it's overwhelming. It's very scary, and also my wardrobe is threatening to fall apart from the pressure of it. It's not great. Alright, wish me luck. I'm really going to try to do better about it this year and at least get 50% of it out. And no buying yarn for no reason, because this time I do not have specific objective. I do not need more yarn for like the socks. I already have it. I don't have the Legos that are important because I already made them. I'm not going to buy yarn just to make them. I'll figure it out. If I want to make it, it will wait, or I will do with what I actually have already. But yeah, that's what I am. I'm really going to be more low-key this year and focus on what I have, focus on cleaning up and resetting my life, because it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Wish me luck. I'll see you in 3 months.